Hello everybody and welcome to the On Wine Fair, the first Italian wines virtual exhibition. On Wine Fair is the international digital event where Italian winemakers share the unique features of their wines with importers, distributors and retailers in 122 countries in the world. The guest of today is Anso Centorame of San Lorenzo Vini, located in Abruzzo in the center of Italy. In the next 15 minutes, you will learn more about the winery and its incredible wines. During the webinar, you can download some documents that San Lorenzo Vini wants to share with you, and you can also write your question in the live chat. And I remind you that if you would like to know more about the winery's proposal and talk directly to Anso, you can book a one-to-one video call just by using the link you can find in the webinar confirmation email or on the On Wine Fair official page. You can choose the date and time you prefer. So now it's time to start. I'd like to welcome Anso, and before he goes on with his presentation, we will watch a brief video.
Hi, and very welcome to all our San Lorenzo friends and to all those people eager to find out the roots of our history. So my name is Anso, and today I'll be glad to drive you through a fascinating trip back in time. San Lorenzo's family history run as rich and deep as its beautiful wines. The year was 1890, when Mr. Giuseppe D'Amico, great-grandfather of Gianluca and Fabrizio, the fifth and current generation, back from Pennsylvania, where he worked in Pittsburgh coal mining area, decided to spend his entire fortune to purchase 80 hectares by the then Sir Caracciolo, Duke of Naples. All our deep gratitude goes to this big man, who was one of the first farmers to believe strongly in the potential of what was to become the prestigious Colline Teramane DOCG production area. Our estate, like a small diamond, is embedded between the Gran Sasso d'Italia mountain, the highest peak of Apennines, almost 3,000 meters above the sea level, and the Adriatic Sea in a stunning hilly landscape. A wonderful estate in a single large plot that stretches over the crest of three hills. On these beautiful hills of Teramo, the ideal combination of microclimate and soil composition allows the production of delicate fruity wines to be enjoyed young, as well as more full-bodied wine with great aging potential, with tannins that become silky over time. So our production area, named Colline Teramane, Hills of Teramo, is recently become famous, winning the appreciation of all wine lovers. In the 2003, the Colline Teramane district has been recognized by the Italian Ministry of Agriculture as the exclusive DOCG zone in Abruzzo region for the production of Montepulciano d'Abruzzo Colline Teramane. But what the OCG stands for? Under Italian wine law, DOCG is the highest designation of quality among Italian wines. DOCG stands for Denominazione di Origine Controllata e Garantita. So denomination of control and guaranteed origin. So if you're hunting for quality, this is the right place for you. Today, the fifth generation wine makers, Gianluca and Fabrizio, guides the family towards new challenges. Aware that the future of every one of us must be full respect for nature and its cycle. In other words, back to the way things used to be. In the 2017, the achievement of the certification of National Quality System of Integrated Production proves the family's commitment to preserve the health of our land for generations to come. So when people ask to Gianluca and Fabrizio, but how do you do that? They simply answer that sustainable way is not a method of selling a product. Sustainability is the new normal, they add. And thanks to the experiences gathered over the year, today they are able to re-establish natural equilibrium by supporting biodiversity and limiting as much as possible chemical intervention. They conclude by saying that all this translates into an healthy drinking. That is an issue which greatly concerns all of us. So, since it was formed, San Lorenzo Vini has been focusing on single varietal wines. For the family, this is a more pure approach, and they are convinced that this way they can give each grape variety the attention that it deserves and show the passion for quality. The famous and big-hearted Montepulciano d'Abruzzo grape is the host, but we also produce white wines from native vines like Trebbiano, Passerina, and Pecorino. In the 2015, the historic Marquise wine cellar built on a previous medieval fortress under the Marquis established in 1501 and located in the little municipality of Castellenti in Teramo province, became the privileged place for San Lorenzo wine aging. The imposing brick walls guarantee a constant temperature and humidity throughout the year, ideal conditions and essential for refining our wines and the barrels. So, as you can see, as stated here in this document, we produce a big range of products. So there are different appellations. So there are wine produced under IGT appellation or DOC appellation and DOCG appellation. They're all wine made from single varietal, and they are all pure production. They're all produced 100% from a single varietal. We produce white, rosé, and the famous Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo rosé wines. We produce red wines. The 60% of our world production is made from Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, which is the most important variety. So, and for this occasion, we choose two of our most representative wines, Pecorino DOC and Escol Riserva DOCG. So, let's start introducing this great wine, the Pecorino DOC from Abruzzo. We use a metaphor to describe this wine, the wine flowing from the rock. And imagine that smell of wet rock. Now imagine the flavor of wet concrete in your mouth. If you don't know, if you don't have time to lick concrete, don't worry with it. This is really great wine. The colors are straw yellow with light, cold new. It's extremely rich and fruity. As a beautiful bouquet, developing yellow and white fleshed fruit notes. By aging the wine, enhance minerality, along with characteristic hints of aromatic herbs and toasted bread aromas. This pecorino exhibits rich and elegant texture, all well balanced with good acidity, fresh finish, and excellent sapidity, with great aromatic persistence. This wine is ideal with main courses meals with meats, fish soup, and fresh cheese. Enjoy the pecorino. The next wine will be the Escol Riserva, the King Escol. This is our most important red wine, the big-hearted Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. As one important sommelier said about our Escol, so he said, it's an iron fist in a velvet glove. And this is true. This is the perfect description for this wine. Escol, the name Escol is related to a story of the biblical Old Testament. And this is so important. This is a pure Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, 100% late harvested. And this wine is rich. The color is intense, as a red ruby, red color, almost impenetrable, with elegant garnet highlights on aging. The nose reveals a wide range of developed and distinct fragrances with notes of well-ripened black fruits and whetstone, fabulous aromas of concentrated black cherry, blackberries, berry and chocolate and floral. We can say that this is a full body palate, extremely balanced, with sweet and salty tannins and a long, juicy finish. This is a structured wine with an excellent gustative persistence, warm and soft, delicious. This wine will goes with red meat in general, special with barbecue meat, but it will goes with well-structured first courses, again, red meats, once again, red meats in general.
Well, thank you, Anso, very much for your presentation. It was very interesting. And I would just like to close up with a quick question. This has been a very difficult year with all this COVID stuff. And I was wondering, how was the harvest this year? Because as I know from other producers, it was a very good harvest, nonetheless, all the problems we had. So how was it in Abruzzo?
Yeah, in Abruzzo was great. I mean, one of the best vintage of the last, if I don't make a mistake, of the last 10 years. So the COVID, fortunately, didn't affect the vineyards at all. So great vintage. I mean, it was sunny. Of course, the only problem it was not rain during summertime. So we had less quantity, maybe 10% less quantity compared with the one of last year. So we lose quantity, but in terms of quality, it's definitely one of the top vintages the last 10 years. So we are so happy about that. Okay.
Well, that's very good news. So thank you very much, Anso, for your presentation. And well, I hope you all enjoyed the webinar. Don't forget to book your one-to-one video call with Anso. Thank you for watching this webinar, and I'll wait for you for the next ones we have on Wine Fair. And as we always say, viva il vino italiano. Thank you, bye.
Viva il vino italiano. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Vazon Group, the bridge between research and enology. We develop integrated, synergistic solutions to create new technologies, while always focusing on total wine quality improvement. Beginning with the concept of mild technology, our process philosophy for only creating subtle changes without altering the wine's original and natural characteristics. Throughout the years, we constantly expand and grow our portfolio of enological equipment and products, forever paying special attention to environmental sustainability and wine quality. In conjunction with the use of continually enhanced enological coadjuvants, we rely upon the creation and application of physical separation technique equipment, which we developed under the brand and company Douglas. 1988 Flotation. 1997 Tartaric stabilization by membrane. 2017 Bipolar membranes. A recent upgrade to the electrodialysis unit is the addition of brand new bipolar membranes for acidification and deacidification of musts and wines. Cationic or anionic membranes that enable the precise removal of ions in wine, directly impacting pH and preserving the wine's original organoleptic characteristics. Assisting winemakers around the world to create expressive wines with minimal but essential intervention, we indefinitely pursue the concept of precision enology.